afternoon, everybody. I would like to call this Governing Board regular meeting of the Yuma Union High School District number 70 to order. We had a work session before, and we were pleased to do the pledge and the moment of silence then, so we're going to skip that and go right to item number 2, reports. Item 2.1, board member may have a discussion about conferences, visitations, legislation, special recognition, donations, etc. Does anybody have a report? Christy.
I was fortunate enough to attend the Senior Awards Night yesterday, and with that, I just want to congratulate every single graduate for this year, and it is an honor to watch it all.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I do it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Leonard.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, David. After you. Yep.
Okay, well, I was lucky enough to be in Gila Ridge yesterday. How are you? Yeah. It was pretty interesting. A lot of money was passed out to the students. It was fun. It was a good job. Good to see you.
Thank you. Carlos.
Okay, I attended the 2024-2025 Retirement and Years of Service Recognition Ceremony last Thursday, along with Mr. Brianza and other staff members. But check this out. There were 32 employees with 10 years of service, which equals to 320 years. 8 with 15 years of service, which equals to 120 years. 19 with 20 years of service, which equals to 380 years. 6 with 25 years of service, which equals to 150 years. And finally, 2 with 30 years of service, which equals to 60 years. If we add all this together, it's 525 years of staff members working in education in different capacity. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
525. Woo!
Thank you. Philly.
I can't believe we're already in May.
know.
I just want to say congratulations to everyone, all admin and your teams, and it's been an amazing year, and the students I know are super excited about graduating and being ready to be promoted for next year. So thank you. Well done, everyone.
Absolutely. And I also have a board member report. I don't remember the last time all 5 of us had something to say, so that's nice. Since our last board meeting, I had the privilege of attending 18 celebrations at Cibola, Gila Ridge, and COFA schools, and I wanted to wish congratulations to all who achieved the award. And this week I was happy to celebrate with the seniors receiving scholarships at COFA and Gila Ridge, and then Cibola schools is tomorrow. It's a favorite of mine, celebrating with our students and their accomplishments, and I wanted to thank everybody for including me. I had wonderful tours led by our illustrious principals, Leticia Anaya at San Luis and Lucky Arviso at Somerton High School. At San Luis High School, Cecil Pratt showcased the amphitheater that the ag students and he maintain, and it was just lovely. Of course, the art on the walls in the halls is incredible, and there's always something new to marvel at each time I go. The ASU Forensic Science Arson Project was a huge success. I kind of wish I was there when they lit the models on fire and then put them out. I missed it. At our newest campus, Somerton High School, I was excited to see the beginning of our new track construction, as well as the welding lab that is getting ready to be utilized. These will be functional, modern facilities for Somerton High School students to use for many years to come. The chem and bio labs were so impressive, and I was happy I got to see them as well. I experienced passing period with the student body, and I really did see happy, engaged students, and some even played an impromptu band, which was awesome. I toured the girls' locker room and the coach's office inside it with large uncovered windows. It truly affords supervision, inside the locker room. I was also shown the small locker room in between the boys' and girls' locker rooms. Inside is a shower, sink, commode, and room for any individual to utilize in privacy. It opens with the same key as the larger locker rooms, making it easily accessed for those who prefer a more separate space. And I am pleased that our district's newest facility is so functional. I have now toured all our campuses. I am impressed by the facilities, our staff, and our student body. Thank you for this opportunity. I hope we all will take the opportunity to visit our campuses. We actually have the QR code on the back of our business cards, and it's up on our screen now if anybody wants to schedule a tour. Tim and Danny are really great about doing that for us. And that concludes my board member report. Thank you very much. Moving on to superintendent's report, item 2.2. Tim.
Thank you. As alluded to by each board member, it's a very busy time of year for our campuses, our families, our stakeholders, with end of the year activities, celebrations. So really excited to see our principals here, our administrators here, our directors, executive directors here, because I know there's many things going on and there's a lot of long nights, but that's what we're here for, to see the celebrations. I'm going to turn this one to Mr. Bosch regarding summer learning. Would you like to say a few words about the opportunity to stay engaged over the summer?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Brienza. Ms. Buckley couldn't be here tonight. She's our Director of College and Career Readiness. She's been kind of spearheading the organization of summer learning. So in her place is going to be our Executive Director of Teaching and Learning, Mr. Semler, to talk a little bit about the opportunities we have for our kids this summer.
Talk about a downgrade. Sorry Ms. Buckley couldn't be here, but good evening, members of the board, President Kravitz, Associate Superintendents, and Superintendent Mr. Brienza. My name is Corey Semler. I'm the Executive Director of Teaching and Learning here at YUHSD. And just wanted to provide a brief overview really quickly about our summer learning that we have going on. So this program is designed with a very clear purpose and focus in mind, which is credit recovery. This time is dedicated to ensure students that may have fallen a little behind or a little short this past year have a structured and supported opportunity to recover those credits. And again, get back to being credit current or even working towards graduation. In the instruction over summer learning is delivered via Edgenuity, which is a computer-based platform. But I want to make it really clear that they're going to still be getting a hands-on support, because we will have certified teachers in each classroom with these students, so they can get that in-person support, guide their progress, answer questions, and then also just receive that encouragement and monitoring over the 2 weeks that we have summer learning. Additionally, students are allowed to take their district-issued devices home during this summer learning. That way we can really maximize the time we have, whether it be on-site or off-site. And so I know there might be some concerns about that, like, well, what about their tests or things that they may need to work on? Well, the tests all have to be unlocked by the certified teacher in the room with them and can only be taken at the campus. But again, to maximize the time we have with them in this 2 week window, we wanted them to be able to work from home during this time. And lastly, this is really just another way that our district shows that we support every student, because we want them to re-engage with the essential content, whether it be during the school year, during the extended learning of the summer. And if I could offer any words of encouragement to our students and families out there, registration, I understand that, the registration date has closed, but there is a wait list. And so time's not out for that. Please get with your counselor, meet with any of your administrators or teachers. They'll direct you to your counselor. There's still time to get on the wait list for this. So I'm free to answer any questions if you have any.
Go ahead, Christy.
So what if a student doesn't pass the test in the summer learning? What's the next step?
Yeah, great question. And so during this, it's not just tests, right? They're going to have to complete a whole this Edgenuity course of work in order to unlock that test. But if the student happens to not recover all their credits over the summer, depending on what grade they're in, obviously for seniors it's a little different. But if you're a junior or below and you're coming back, you'll have the opportunity to either enroll in what we call an academy course or an academy class, where you can take these Edgenuity courses throughout the school year. And maybe if it's just one course or two, something a little smaller, you can actually get assigned these Edgenuity courses kind of a la carte or on the side of your normal class schedule.
I have a question, which is this on all of our campuses?
Yes, and Vista's hours are slightly different. I believe they start at 8:30.
Okay.
But yep, it's customizable there.
Perfect. And I see on your form that transportation is available. What happens if there's a student that open enrolls to school A, but they live in the boundaries for school C?
So to my knowledge, they're able to do this at their home campus.
At the campus that they're
Yep.
enrolled in?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Any other questions? Thanks, Corey.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Semler. Up next, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Patton, because this is the time of year, as you drive around town, you see new faces on billboards, and I'm going to let him talk about our RNY billboard campaign.
Thank you, Mr. Brienza, and good evening, superintendents and governing board members. This is a busy time of year, and we have a lot of celebrations. One of the celebrations that has been now going on for 11 years, which is sort of hard to believe that this started in 2014, is bringing recognition to a dozen of our seniors across the district. So in 2 years, we'll be representing 14 students when Somerton has a graduating class. But right now, it's just about the seniors from graduating classes. The billboards, which we're going to see here in a few minutes, are to represent the student body as being ready to move on to college, career, and community. It is not necessarily a representation of the valedictorian from each school or the highest flyers grade-wise at each school. It's really about representing every aspect of the high school life that students could experience in Yuma Union. So we've got students that have gone through the migrant education program, students who are athletes, students who have been involved in CTE, student leadership, special education. It has, over the last few years, especially run the gamut of all of the things that students have achieved or experienced while attending one of those 6 schools that are represented. So the first thing I wanted to show everyone is how to learn a little bit more about the 12 students who were nominated and selected for this year's campaign. So I'm going to have Ms. Barajas go to the welcome section of the district homepage, and when you're there, if you hover over that or if you click the plus sign on your mobile app, it'll take you to the RNY Billboard Showcase. So if we click that, it's going to take you to a landing page with all of our students. So if we go to the left rail, it should have gone to 2025, but it went to 2024 for some reason. Go ahead and click that, and it'll take you to our 2025 12 students. It's alphabetized by school. We reverse it every year, so Yuma High School in even years is on the top, and it goes down to Cibola. It just so happens that Cibola got the odd years. So if you scroll down, you're going to see a picture of each student. You're going to read the essay that they wrote after they were selected that talks about what made them ready to move on from high school and sort of talk about their future plans and things like that. If you don't read any of these essays, shame on you, but I would highly encourage reading the 2 Yuma High School students at the end. They're all great essays, but the Yuma High School students, I was talking about it with Jennifer Blackwell last week, and I almost got a little choked up just reading about the things that they had gone through to get to the point that they're at. And another interesting thing that's come about with the billboards over the years is that students know about it. When this first started, it wasn't really a well-known entity, and it is now. And so very often when my team of Christian, who's in the back helping with the live stream, and Leslie, who you guys have also met before, we're conducting the interviews with students or talking to them, they say, this was something that I had as a goal my sophomore year. Or they'll tell you that this was something that they looked forward to or that they were interested in knowing about. And you also notice at the bottom of each essay are about a 3 to 4 minute video of each student, and that's a chance for them to sort of answer a few prompted questions, but you get a chance to hear their voice and just hear more about their future plans and whatnot. So the next thing I wanted to show you is what the billboards actually look like, and then they also have the locations for each of them on there. So this is just our landing page with all 12 students, and that's those were banners. So the ones that have the individual students on them are banners that are distributed to each school. They live on a prominent location on each campus for the entire year from May to May, and then at the end of that time period, students or their families are allowed to come pick them up. And I know that there are some parents that love embarrassing their children when they're away at college, when they come home and see their banner in the garage or in their bedroom. We can go ahead and go to the next one. I think I can. All right. So the location is down at the bottom. It just gives you general idea of where it is. That's the Yuma High billboard. It's on 19th Street, kind of by Mr. B's Bicycles, if you're familiar with that location on 4th Avenue. That's the Kofa one. It's just down the street, about 5 blocks from the Yuma one on the corner of 24th and 4th Avenue, right above that gas station and Church's Chicken. And it's a digital billboard, so you'll have to maybe wait at the stoplight to see it click through. The Cibola one is right above Dance Makers if you're traveling towards Somerton on Avenue B. The Vista one, I think I might have skipped San Luis. I'm clicking too fast. All right. The Vista one is right up the street from the district office in a billboard right above the Circle K around 8th Avenue, right past Yuma Preschool. And then these are wider because that's just the way the billboards were designed. There's a couple of them that were a little bit different shapes than the ones that I just showed you. This one was as close as we could get to San Luis. And so it's on Highway 95, right across the street from, or on the same side of the street as the new Cocopah Corner. So right across, or I guess the entrance where the Speedway is, right there on Highway 95. And then the last one, Gila Ridge. If you're coming on westbound Interstate 8, it's on that overpass. It's a really big digital billboard on Pacific Avenue on the way from the foothills into town. Do you guys have any questions about the process, the billboards, anything like that?
I just wanted to say I'm sure it's really easy to make excellent candidates look so great, but thank you for doing a stellar job.
Well, that part might be easy. The hardest part is choosing them.
I'm sure.
One of the schools had 12 candidates for like, you could have picked any one of the 12 and not been wrong. So it's really hard to make those choices, but we just love seeing the students get recognized and hearing their stories.
So do we. Thank you so much.
I have one question, just for the public. So who nominates these kids?
Good question. So the campuses are in charge of the nominations. We usually start making nominations in January. We send out a form that goes to principals, guidance counselors, and usually communications liaisons on the campus. From there, those individuals can make nominations themselves, or they can distribute it to other people on campus to, an instructional leader, a teacher. I know, like, for example, Alexandra on the right for Gila Ridge there, she was nominated by her teacher, Mr. Brown. So it's pretty much open to anybody who wanted to make a nomination on that campus. Those nominations then come through electronically. We have a deadline that it ends. This year we had, I think, 75 or 80 total nominations across the 6 schools. And from there, we form a committee at the district office that doesn't involve anybody at the campus level. And we go through each of them and kind of tally votes to decide who the 2 representatives are. And we pick a backup plan in case the student doesn't accept. We've had 1 student in the 9 years that I've been doing this not accept. So that's pretty good hit rate, I guess. But the students then are informed and accept. We send a media release permission slip consent form home for parents so that they're aware that their student is going to be a public figure for the next few months, and then kind of go from there to work and get the photos done and all that stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Padden. I can attest that it's very difficult to select. That's why I've flat out refused the last 2 years to be on the committee, because it is so difficult to narrow it down. So kudos to the committee for being able to select, but I've backed out of that because I want a billboard for every kid. Moving on, though, speaking about students, we have Vista High School, which we save for the end of each semester to come talk about their semester. And I just want to put a plug in for graduation at Vista next week. For Vista students, it'll be at Yuma High on Wednesday. Hope to see everybody there. So, welcome.
Good afternoon, distinguished board members. Thank you for having us here today. My name is Victor Alvarez, and it is my privilege as Vice President to represent the Vista High School Student Council as we present our report for the 2024 through 2025 school year. At Vista, we believe leadership goes beyond the classroom, and this year our students and teachers have taken that belief to heart through career preparation, service, and school spirit. Let's begin with some highlights from our CTE programs. Ms. Medall students experienced work-based learning through selling hamburgers at Midnight the Oasis. They also represented our school at the regional and state leadership conferences, where their hard work resulted in bronze awards for event management and interpersonal communication. They were also honored with the Gold Outstanding Chapter Award. 16 of Ms. Medall's Level 2 students passed the TSA exam and are now pursuing ServSafe and OSHA certifications. Level 1 is working towards their Certified Restaurant Server credential. Ms. Murray's mental health students also made huge strides. They attended the State Leadership Conference, explored the mental health court, and gained a deeper understanding of supporting clients. Every Level 2 student passed their TSA exam, earned certifications in Article 9, and will soon be certified in Alzheimer's and dementia care. Ms. Jones' medical students also stood out. 11 out of 14 students passed their TSA exams, and they will now take the Certified Clinical Medical Assistant exam, otherwise known as CCMA. They represented the Vista at HOSTA. They represented Vista at the HOSA State Leadership Conference by competing in medical spelling and CPR events. And one of our students even designed a pin for the HOSA State competition. Outside the classroom, our student council has been actively engaged in making a difference in our community. In partnership with the Yuma County Anti-Drug Coalition and Health District, we participated in the Scary and Safe Trunk or Treat and led Red Ribbon Week to promote drug awareness on campus. We also launched a new garden club. Students are now growing vegetables while learning about sustainability and healthy living. We've hosted several fundraisers and spirit events, which include the following: Lutz Casino and Texas Roadhouse takeovers, several spirit weeks that took place in Vista, fundraisers like Pie in the Face and Tattoo a Teacher, events like Chalk the Walk and PBIS events. We've also participated in meaningful school and community events such as December and May graduations, Winter Around the World, Y Vista Art Event, volunteering at midnight at the Oasis, and even appearing on Z93 radio with Jennifer Blackwell. We're proud of what Vista students and staff have accomplished this year. We've built skills, served our community, and brought our campus together through creativity and leadership. On behalf of the Vista High School Student Council, thank you for your support and belief in our students as we showcase the power of student empowerment. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Great job.
Thank you, Victor. Really appreciate the spirit at Vista. The QR code's down, but it'll be up in a little bit. So if you're interested in touring Vista, any other great campuses, please make sure that you take advantage of that. I know Mr. King and the students will be more than happy to show you around. And as you leave today, I believe the garden's still up and going, so you can admire the work out there. Mr. Pratt down in San Luis would be envious of the agriculture going on at Vista, so we'll need to share that with them. Next up, we do have Master of the Arts. That's our district program. Last week they had a wonderful gala. My ears are still listening to Austin's bass that was playing, and I do appreciate that. So thank you very much.
Hello, thank you, and hi everyone. Thank you for having us here tonight. I'm excited to share with you guys just some updates on what we've been doing this year. We did come in the fall, and I did share some of this information at the beginning of the year, but for anyone that doesn't know, we call ourselves MAP, and we're a district-wide program. We're lucky to have students from all 7 high schools represented this year, and we even have one from Yuma Online Distance Academy that's utilizing MAP as a way to get in some live classes and still interact with people, but doing a lot of her learning from home. So we do have representation this year from all the schools, and that is actually growing next year. We're going to to have more and more from some of our schools that are a little further away. All of our classes meet after school at 3 o'clock. They come one day a week, and they're earning elective credit. So it's not just a club. They're learning, standards-based grading and doing all of these projects and things, but they are earning elective credit towards their graduation requirements. And so if you didn't know that, now you know, but I would love to invite you to come and see Snyder Hall, which is probably the biggest bragging point, is all the remodeling they've done there at Snyder. And we're housed at Yuma High School. We do all of our performances there and things, but the kids are traveling to that campus and utilizing that one building. So if you haven't seen it yet, to anyone, we would love to tour you and just see what the updates look like there at Snyder. I do want to share as far as enrollment for next year. So year one, we had about 50 students. This year we have about 80, and I have almost 250 applications for next year. So we are definitely growing. We are looking at offering up to 13 classes next year. Here's a fancy looking list of all of them. So we're adding a few classes on. Notably a podcasting class. So if you're into listening to podcasts, please, stay tuned as far as when that will start airing, but it will be a live podcast that will be student led and produced and all of that. We're also adding a sculpture class. Let's see which ones are also new. Show choir and acting. Those are all adding on next year. So all of the classes we currently have are sticking around. They're going well, but we definitely have interest in some more things, so we're adding on. Application is still live, so if anyone still wants to apply, we're accepting those applications. And then my work, is how to accommodate all of these people into the program as we grow. I brought a couple seniors with me today to share with you two of the events that we just recently had. I was preparing a presentation last week, and it dawned on me that we've done over 30 different field trips and events this year for MAP. So although we are meeting once a week as a class there at Yuma High School, we're definitely getting out into the community. We're inviting people to come into our home and see what we're working on. So there's a lot more to it than just the weekly classes going on as well. So I'll turn it over to Austin to talk about our gala.
Thank you, Ms. Burlock. So, this year's MAP Gala was held on Wednesday, May 7th at McBride Auditorium at Yuma High. Every MAP class was featured, either on stage or in the lobby. The visual arts gallery in the lobby was packed with photography, drawing, and mixed media work, as well as a giant metal mural being painted live in front of our guests. On stage, we had everything from live band jams to theater scenes and dance performances. An alumni band that graduated last year visited the gala and performed pre-show and intermission music. We had a huge turnout, including families, community members, local artists, and even a few people from the media. Special thanks to all the administrators and board members that were able to come and support us. The gala gives students the chance to shine, and we showed off our hard work, and it was really fun in the process. The gala also brought many people together, families, friends, and the larger community of Yuma. And maybe most importantly, it reminded all of us why the arts matter, not just in school, but in our lives.
I'm way too short for that. I'm Mia, and just a few days after the gala, on Friday, May 9th, we had our student-led production of Legally Blonde Jr. About 30 students were involved as cast and crew members, and it was a true collaboration between multiple MAP classes. Our triple threat class, which is musical theater, Goletsko-san, which is our theater tech class, and the resident artists of both classes. All students and the resident artists worked together to produce every aspect of the show. We also partnered with the Yuma Community Theater for the use of their equipment and added support. A special thank you to that organization for helping us create such a fun show. Legally Blonde was incredible. I would know, I performed in it. We had a high energy performance showing off our acting, singing, and dancing skills. Plus there was a real-time tech run by our student crew. Their light designs were awesome and added to the show's professionalism. It was a packed house, which was a little scary if I'm being honest. But the feedback we got from all of our guests, families, and friends who came was amazing. It was all positive. They enjoyed the show, and we, the performers, did too. Being in a show like this helps students like me build confidence and care about our community.
So I kind of just want to finish by saying that we have 30 seniors in our program this year, so they do take up a pretty big chunk of our students. And I just want to congratulate them. They're going to be wearing stoles at graduation that have the MAP logo on them, and so hopefully they are very proud and honored to represent that they're part of that program at their home campuses. And our last day of school will be next week on Monday, and we're going to have a big party there at Snyder Hall. We're going to be tie-dyeing our shirts out on the lawn in the front. The kids are going to get up on stage and perform for each other. They've invited family and stuff, and kind of potluck style, just make it one big last hurrah. You know, it's kind of funny, throughout the week you only see maybe 30 kids at a time on any given day. So it's really fun and a lot of energy when you bring the whole program together on any one day. So we're going to have our last day all together as a program on Monday. So thank you again. I just do want to give a special thank you to all of you for your support throughout the year. I think MAP is really something special that our district offers, and it's just really an honor to be part of it. I think it's been a really successful year, but I'm excited to see where we're going next year as we grow. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much, and our leading artists that were here presenting. We'll miss you next year as seniors, but I'm sure you'll come back and visit, and hope you guys do a great job in whatever endeavor you take. MAP holds a very important place in our district, so we do appreciate that. With that, Board President, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a great report. Moving on to informational items, number 3.1 budget update. Neil or Brenda? Thank you.
Hello again.
Hello.
Brenda Higuera again, for those of you maybe that weren't here before. This time I'm doing our monthly budget update. Just want to remind you, because our revision hasn't been officially adopted, this is built off of our current budget amounts. So you'll see that for next month. You should have those in front of you also. So the first page is our maintenance and operations budget. You'll see there our expenditures as of May 1st for our salaries, benefits, our fixed expenditures, and then also our school budgets. We still have a couple more months left, so we'll still, so you'll see that spending as we go on. The second page is a continuation of our M&O budget, and that is broken down by the different departments and their expenditures to date. Our budgeted amount for the 25 fiscal year is $109,027,008. Of that, we have spent so far $59,932. I'm sorry, excuse me, $59,932,650. So about 55%. The last page is our capital budget, and there you will see the expenditures also for our different departments. I do want to mention that we added Valley Aquatics Center. We have, there's some improvements that they are working on for the pool, and so those are capital projects, and we didn't have that budgeted before. So that amount was taken out of our contingency budget. So you'll see that probably next school year also as those improvements continue. So for that, our capital budget, $14,497,182. Of that, we have spent $7,946,108. So about 55% also.
Thank you.
Our very last one more page. Yep. This is our student activities fund report. This is our monthly for our student clubs and student accounts. So for the total, the ending cash balance for the total district, $796,491.74. At the bottom, you'll see year-to-date revenues and expenditures. So you'll see that they continue to spend money. The balance is $61,376.24 for the school year. Any questions?
I have one question. Because Mastery of the Arts was just here, and they just let us know that the enrollment numbers are most likely going to triple, it sounds like. Does that get reflected in the budget? And if so, how will that work out?
So we have other funding sources for that. We continue to look for more funding sources to be able to supplement that. We have grant funds that are currently assisting with these programs right now. We, of course, reach out to Donors Choose, those kinds of programs, and gifts and donations. We rely heavily on our community for this, but we continue to, it's a work in progress to continue to find funding to keep this going. But we're successful and we'll figure it out.
Great. Maya, you always do. Thank you. Anybody else? Thanks, Brenda.
Thank you.
Moving on to informational item 3.2, Technology Department Overview. Tim?
Yes. So as Dean, our Chief Information Officer, walks up to the podium, just want to share that we are unique in Yuma County and we share our resources. So we do share our technology resources with Yuma Elementary District 1. We're the fiscal agent, but they essentially are running 2 districts. And they're housed here at district office. But we did ask Dean to present today just to give an overview of what the tech department does, because when we need help, we call tech, but they do more than just help us when the Wi-Fi's down. They're there to build things up so we can run reports. We can be in the classroom with the Canvas. So with that, I've asked Dean to come forward, and he has a few interesting items to share.
Welcome to the best report of the night. Just kidding. Like Ms. Brinza said, we are part of one of the consortiums between District 1 and District 70. The consortium, this particular technology consortium, has been around since about 2000. So we're working on 25 years now. So that's kind of fun. And between the 2 districts, we are running one of the largest technology enterprises in our county, one of the largest technology enterprises in public education in Arizona today. Some of the things that we do. I thought this might be the easiest way to, what does technology do, right? So we're going to talk about some technology in the different areas of support that we do. We'll start with teaching and learning, since that's the bread and butter of what we do in education. We have technology that supports what our teachers are doing in the classroom to help teach students. And we also have technology available to students so that they have an opportunity to learn both on campus and off-site. And so on this particular slide, you're seeing some interactive boards, some computers, iPads, document cameras, some different ways to collaborate with teachers and students, both on campus and off campus. We have equipment for safety and security. I know this, we spend a lot of time trying to make sure that our students are safe. Obviously, we have video surveillance cameras. We have some air quality sensors. We've recently added some, we call them intercoms, but they're like the fancy Ring doorbell kind of things. We have paging systems. We have phone systems. We have card access systems. A lot of collaboration with Mr. Gonzalez and his team to make sure that all of this stuff works really well. One of the things that I find interesting most recently is we made some district-wide updates to how the emergency response communication kicks off, so that we have lockdown drills and all that kind of stuff is pretty similar across all of our campuses. We have equipment for everything else. I couldn't even put up all of the things that we have equipment for, but we have air conditioning controls, we have hotspots, we have the tools that broadcast all of our events to Facebook and YouTube. The technology that allows the computer to be displayed in this space right now. We deal with different personal items like cell phones and tablets and those kinds of things. Anyway, if there's a technology component to it, we're probably dealing with it in some fashion. Obviously printers and those kinds of things. The core to all of that is a well-functioning network and data center. We have a lot of equipment dedicated to that. You know, it's the stuff you never really see, but it's all the stuff that you have to have. When the Wi-Fi goes out, something's wrong in this area. So in total, we try to do this like calculation, add up all the stuff. There's about 42,000 individual pieces of technology, hardware in use each day consortium-wide. So that's what our team is largely trying to make and keep working for everybody day in and day out. We have, on the software side of things, we have tons and tons and tons of software. So we have course apps for teaching and learning, and these are some of the bigger things that we are working to support as a district and use obviously in our classrooms. You have communications apps. You heard about Edgenuity. We have some curriculum apps and things of that nature. This doesn't even touch that clever piece right there. There's probably 100 different apps just that live underneath that alone. But we have tons and tons of apps that we're trying to keep working for teaching and learning. Similarly, on the operations side, we have apps. If there's a department, there's an app, probably more than one. Actually, Ron walked through the door today, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even put anything on here about what happens in transportation, but there's a ton of apps just for transportation. And so we're constantly working to make sure all of these products are working well in the district. There's over 150 individual applications that are in use all the time, constantly, every day, consortium-wide. How do we keep all this safe? I know that's always a big question. How do you keep it all safe? This is our technology for cybersecurity. Now, I purposefully am not displaying any of the exact technologies we use. That becomes the target of issues later. So just know that this is we call this our defense in depth strategy. So we have filtering services for the internet. We have protection systems for all of our equipment. We have controls so that only certain devices or certain people can even get on our networks. We have some really fandangled security stuff that a lot of people aren't even doing right now. In this security certificates, all of our equipment gets a special certificate to even be on our network. Of course, we have firewalls and things like that. Most recently, we moved to multi-factor authentication. I got to meet with some of you to help set that up. We have one of the interesting things on here is this incident response. So if we actually have some sort of cybersecurity event, we actually have a company who's monitoring that, and they'll call us at 2 o'clock in the morning and tell us that something's going on and what do you want us to do about it. And if you don't answer that phone call, I know from firsthand experience, they will just jump into action and they'll tell you what they did later. I think this is one of the every year we have to do some audits against our security. The trust actually hires a company called Cyberpools to do those audits. And this is one of the things that we're really proud of is this statement that UMaine Union stands as a model of dedication and excellence in the realm of cybersecurity and education and sets a commendable standard for other members of the trust. In other words, we're doing a bang-up job. When we ask them, like, what is everyone else doing? They're like, they're not even close. So I credit, I'll get to that point, but this isn't happening because of me, I'll say that. I think the core to what we do that really makes, adds the real value to the district is this concept. It's called enterprise service management. You take all of this hardware, how do you make 42,000 individual pieces of equipment work? How do you make 150 different applications work and do it in a seamless way that doesn't create a lot of problems for everybody? And so we spend a lot of time working to integrate all of these things together. And so that's what this enterprise resource management concept is. The people that we have on staff in the district that really do this work, they're worth every penny. This is just one concept of what happens. This is a real ESM. So we have a student information system, which is its own standalone thing. We have an ID badging system, which is its own standalone thing. We have Canvas, which is its own standalone thing. Human resources systems, accounting systems, and other account systems. And we're literally, our team is working to move data around, connect these systems together so that when we have a new student come into the district, within 24 hours, they have access to all of the things that they need to have access to. When we have a new employee come into the district, they have access to all the things that they need to have access to in a 24-hour window. And it's all happening in an automated fashion. And so we're leveraging all of the systems that we have to really put together a succinct product so that you can come to school every day, the staff isn't complaining that technology is bad. I'm actually going to steal a comment that Mr. Ian McDougall shared, that he was grateful to work in a district that was willing to allow them to explore, and I feel the same way. I'm really grateful to work in a district that allows us to really put forward this effort to make a really cohesive and well-working system. So that little picture I showed you, we have about 250 of those things happening every 24 hours a day, every 24 hours, 365 days a year. And so when we talk about the development and the things that go into that, it's really quite extensive, and we're always looking for ways to improve that. How do we do it? This is our just a brief overview of our actual organizational chart. We have about 48 staff members, and they live in these different areas of support. A lot of people dedicated to supporting the actual physical equipment. The group on the far right in green is right? That is our enterprise support. So they're the ones that are really putting together all those ESMs that are trying to make everything work really well together. But anyway, we support lots of stuff. We don't support everything, though. That's important to know. We don't support everything. Anyway, I'm going to end with saying thank you to the technology department staff. We don't have a whereas like the food service or transportation, but I would like to just share a personal thank you to the staff that really make it happen without, the page of whereases. Anyway, thus endeth my information, and I'm, if you have any questions for me, I'd be glad to entertain them.
Thank you for all you do.
I would just like to say that next time board members are at the district office for whatever reason, please ask to go check out the technology department, because it was intentionally designed. I know Dean and his crew were part of that design. So you'd be amazed at what's on the first floor downstairs, or whatever the elevator says. I lose track because of the multi-levels, but you'd be amazed at the work that's being done by our individuals down there just to support every student every day and every employee. So I would encourage you, next time you're here, just say, hey, I want to go check out the tech department. It won't take long, and we can check it out.
No, I just want to say I did have the pleasure to do so. So I encourage all of you to, if you can, stop by.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you. Moving on to item 3.3, the first read of trust policies that are effective July 1st, 2025. We all had them in our books. Rob, is there anything that you need or want to add, or self-sufficient? Does anybody have a question? Okay, great. Moving on to item 4, call to the public. Any person wishing to speak may present the information at this time only. All presentations are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes and a maximum of 15 minutes on each subject. Before you begin to speak, identify yourself by clearly stating for the record your name. Comments by members of the governing board in response to any public comment will be limited to asking staff to review the matter or requesting rescheduling of the matter for further consideration at a later date. I do have one form if anybody else is out there. This is the only one I have, and that is for Gladys Brown. Thank you, Gladys. Thank you. Danny, do you have the timer? Thank you.
Got it. Gladys Brown, parents of 6 proud high school students or graduating high school students. I'd like to begin by expressing my sincere appreciation for the dedicated education professionals who make this conscious choice to teach and guide our children in Yuma County. Their commitment to our students is invaluable, and I remain steadfast in my support of their efforts as well as the needs of our students and families. As a part of the commitment, I continue to engage with the district to offer insight and resources that continue contribute to the success of our schools and programs. With the summer approaching and discussions beginning to shape the direction of the upcoming school year, I respectfully ask the governing board to consider the following. Use of non-issued electronic devices in classrooms or during school hours. I encourage the development and implementation of a consistent, enforceable policy regarding the use of non-school issued electronic devices, phones, AirPods, headsets, iPads, personal laptops during instructional hours. These devices often serve as a distraction and can undermine the learning environment. In the emergency situations, communications can be routed through the front office or classroom phones. A clear, uniform policy will empower our educators to maintain focus in the classroom and support instructional integrity. Truancy and attendance accountability. Chronic absenteeism and tardiness continues to be a significant concern. As a parent, I experienced this firsthand, the challenges this semester, balancing medical concerns and as well as administrative roadblocks. Post-COVID, there appears to be a shift in attitude where excessive absences are normalized, even among students achieving academically. However, consistent attendance is critical, not just for academic success, but for developing responsibility, discipline, and respect for structure. The district should consider strengthening intervention protocols for patterns of absenteeism and tardiness, with a collaborative approach that includes parents, educators, and administration. Being present matters for students' futures and for the culture of our schools. Elevating the voice of our educators. Our teachers deserve a safe and supportive space to voice their experiences and concerns without the fear of retaliation or reassignment. These professionals are on the front lines and often have invaluable insights and potential solutions. I recommend that the district consider forming a diverse summer advisory group comprising of both new and veteran teachers to inform strategic planning and help create an open forum for continuous dialogue and growth. Thank you for your time and thoughtful consideration. I look forward to collaborating with Mr. Brienza and his team over the summer to develop some educational presentations aimed at empowering our student athletes and club members. These sessions will emphasize their responsibility, leadership roles, and the impact that they have as emergency leaders representing Yuma County. Time that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. For everybody else, I did provide a solution, so in the back portion, I just want you to know I didn't just talk and bring it up. I just wanted you guys to see what we did when we polled each school, and I also want you to see there's a couple of things that we all experienced as professionals growing up that were there that are no longer there to help guide students. So,
thank you.
And all the educators, I put some back there. Thank you.
Are there any other people wishing to speak? Okay. Moving on to Item 5, consent items, adoption of items of routine nature and those that normally do not require deliberations on the part of the governing board. Board member may pull items which will be discussed and voted on separately. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as stated.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Motion made by Carla, seconded by Shelley. Any comments, questions, concerns? Then let's please proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6.1, consideration to accept donations. I will read them into the record right now. To Cibola High School, Daniel Villapondo donated 7 packs of water bottles to the Cibola High School sophomore class of 2027 to sell during graduation. The estimated cost of this donation is $30. Heather Davis donated a skee ball game to the Cibola High School Unified Sports and Career Exploration class. The estimated cost of this donation is $100. Donors Choose donated 25 pairs of Vic Firth Ralph Hardiman matching sticks to the Cibola High School Performance Band. The estimated cost of this donation is $547.27. Donors Choose donated toner for the Cibola High School freshman math class. The estimated cost of this donation is $228. Ram Pest Management, LLC, donated a set of cornhole boards to the Cibola High School 9 through 12 grade students. The estimated cost of this donation is $300. To Gila Ridge High School, the Hawk Wrestling Booster donated 20 wrestling singlets to the Gila Ridge High School Athletics Wrestling Program. The estimated cost of this donation is $810. Steve Haxton donated the use of a generator to the Gila Ridge High School class of 2025 to be used during graduation practice and ceremony. The estimated cost of this donation is $900. Student Council Leadership Program donated 3 Barnes & Noble gift cards to the Gila Ridge High School Library for student winners of the Reading Challenge. The estimated cost of this donation is $120. Hawk Football Booster donated 60 blue home jerseys and pants and 60 white away jerseys and pants to the Gila Ridge High School football team. The estimated cost of this donation is $30,445.63. To Kofa High School, Donors Choose donated classroom supplies to the Kofa High School science classrooms. The estimated cost of this donation is $389.21. Olegario and Kathy Zazueta donated custom-built locker dividers to the Kofa High School baseball team to be used for storage. The estimated cost of this donation is $1,500. Lee Moffitt donated a refrigerator to Kofa High School to be placed in the concession area and used during events and games. The estimated cost of this donation is $500. Yuma County Airport Authority donated $500 to the Kofa High School MCJROTC to be used for travel, baggage fees, and rental vehicles for CMP Air Rifle Nationals. Blake Crouch Full Circle Realty Group donated $250 to the Kofa High School MCJROTC Corps of Cadets to be used for travel, baggage fees, and rental vehicles for the CMP Air Rifle Nationals. San Luis High School. Reynaldo Valenzuela donated graduation cords to the San Luis High School Law and Public Safety class to use during graduation. The estimated cost of this donation is $112. Carlos Castillo, Agency Farmers Insurance, donated graduation cords and stoles to the San Luis High School CTE leaders to be used during graduation. The estimated cost of this donation is $360. Somerton High School. Maria Yasso donated food items to the Somerton High School Student Council to be gifted to faculty and staff for use at the end of the year banquet. The estimated cost of this donation is $200. Nutrient Ag Services donated 40 bags of fertilizer to the Somerton High School athletic fields. The estimated total of this donation is $1,592.60. Arizona Community Foundation donated $3,800 to the Somerton High School football, basketball, and band programs to be used as needed. Arizona Diamondbacks donated regular season baseball game tickets to Chase Field to the Somerton High School Athletics Department to be gifted to all personnel that participates and helps with the softball and baseball program. The estimated cost of this donation is $3,000. Tamara Key donated cookies and water to the Somerton High School CTE Awards Night. The estimated cost of this donation is $150. Caballero de Yuma donated $4,500 to the Somerton High School Athletics to use as needed and to maintain their athletic practice fields. Yuma Football Booster Club donated 2 GSI tackle bags for the Somerton High School athletic program. The estimated cost of this donation is $500. Yuma High School. Veronica Covarrubias donated school supplies to Yuma High School for students in need. The estimated cost of this donation is $35. Yuma High School Dance Club donated costumes to the Yuma High School dance program. The estimated cost of this donation is $5,300. Arizona Farm Bureau Federation donated $150 to the Yuma High School culinary arts classes to be used as needed. To the Yuma Union High School District number 70, Kalispell Public Schools and Knowledge Works donated transportation and lodging expenses to the Yuma Union High School District Teaching and Learning Team. The estimated cost of this donation is $3,920. Electrical Unlimited LLC donated time and materials to Yuma Union High School District for the purpose of repairing the Daktronics timing and touch pads at Marcus Pool. The estimated cost of this donation is $1,500. Oregonimi Inc. donated a $35 Amazon gift card to the Yuma Union High School District number 70 Communication Department to be used as needed. The total donation this month is $61,774.71, and total year-to-date, holy mackerel, is $418,989.92. Is there a motion to accept the donations as read?
I move to accept the above listed donations.
Thank you. Motion made by Christy, seconded by David. Any comments? Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, everybody. Action item 6.2, consideration to approve the budget revision for 24-25. I'm going to go to Neil or Diane or Brenda. Is there anything that we need to know about it that we don't know?
I think you heard about it in the study session or the public hearing. I don't think we have anything to add. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Then I would love a motion, please.
I recommend that the governing board approve the budget revision for 2024-2025.
Thank you. Motion made by Carlos, seconded by Christy. Any comments? Then let's please proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 6.3, consideration to approve athletic fees. Rob, is there anything that we need to know that's not in our book?
No, the athletic directors presented to you guys in April about the rising costs associated with the programs in athletics, and they are proposing increases in 3 different fees that haven't been increased in a while, but it's all in the board book.
Is there a motion? Thank you.
I move that the governing board approve the athletic participation fee, student ID, and gate fee increases effective July 1st, 2020.
I I second that.
Thank you. Motion made by Christie, seconded by Carlos. Any questions? Great, then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We are going to pull item 6.4, moving on to item 6.5, consideration to approve the revised 25-26 employee compensation packet. It was also in our book. Bobby, I see you heading up to the podium.
I'm just here in case anyone has questions.
Does anybody have questions about the employee compensation packet? Great. Is there a motion?
I move that we, the governing board, approve the revised employee compensation packet for the 2025-26 school year.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, and third. Made by Shelley, seconded by Carlos. Any questions? Great, then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Action item 6.6, the FAFSA Challenge IGA. It was also in our book. Rob, is there anything you need to add?
No, I think this is just, it's something new that the ABOR, Arizona Board of Regents, is doing this year. And I do want to send a shout out to San Luis High School. They're being recognized as first place again in the state for FAFSA completion.
Yay.
And a shout out to High, who finished second for the biggest, or the most improved rate of FAFSA completion.
Great.
And so
Thank
they're
you.
going to be recognizing them at a ceremony, and some of that money donated, part of the IGA, will go towards those expenses.
Great. Is there a motion? I move that the governing board approve the IGA between the Arizona Board of Regents and Yuma Union High School District number 70. Thank you. Motion made by myself, seconded by Christie. Comments? Then let's vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Moving on to item 6.7, discussion and possible action. Proposed legislative items for consideration for the 2026 ASBA agenda. Tim, is there anything you want to talk to us about?
I gave some background in your Friday report this last Friday. So as we're still members of ASBA, we are using a different policy manual next year of the trust, but we're still members of ASBA. Every May, we are asked to take action or no action on a proposed political agenda. I believe in the Friday report, I had listed that the last 4 or 5 years that the board decided not to take any action. So this is up to you, whether you want to add your own priorities or take any action at all to reaffirm these. It's up to board discretion.
Thank you. Is there anybody who would like any action directed to Tim? Is there a motion to do anything? Okay. Thank you very much, Tim. Moving on to item number 7, future agenda items. Is there any future agenda items from anybody?
I have one. I think it's time that we put the bathroom policy again on the item.
I'm sorry?
Action. Bathroom policy.
What about the bathroom policy?
Put it on the action item for next meeting.
So you would like it to be a discussion?
No, action.
We will look at having something on the agenda for whether related to the policy. It might be more discussion and possible action. I think there needs to be discussion first prior to any action. But yes, I know what you're saying.
Okay.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, but yeah, discussion and possible action is, I think, the appropriate one.
Okay, thank you. Anybody
Yeah.
else? Great. Then moving on to item 8.1, next meeting of the board. It's our regular scheduled meeting on Wednesday, June 11th, 2025, 5:15, right here. Be there or be square. Is there a motion to adjourn? Thank you. Second? Thank you. Motion made by Carlos, seconded by Christie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Have a great month.